Can you hear us now?
Can you see it? Let us know.
Hello. I know that tin roof and the rain is really loud, but that's the best we could do to get enough service to get it to connect.
Okay, there we go. We had to relocate, so it says I can't. We'll give it just a second and see if y'all can see us. I've got it pulled up. I can see us.
May have to close it and open it back up and see if that helps.
Yeah, we had to start over, so we might have to go see.
Is that rain very loud?
Then Oprah says she can see us and hear us.
I can read.
Oh, you can see that there, Keith. Stop it. Okay. Can y'all hear that rain?
Yes, hi, Natalie.
Hey, Nat.
You gotta love the rain on the tin roof, though, right? Between that and the wind chimes.
Yeah, this all just started when it was time for us to go live. So, go figure.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of pictures of locals, and they had over an inch of ice, golf ball size hail. It's pretty nasty little storm coming through, so it's kind of shut the service down some.
Luckily, I think we're going to miss that part of it. We just ended up with a lot of rain from it.
However,
A lot of rain.
no, we don't need any rain. We've had plenty. I think we've had 16 to 18 inches of rain in the last probably 10 days.
That one, try to get this pulled up. Huh?
You think glasses?
Yes, probably not. Goodness.
We really didn't have anything specific we wanted to talk about. We just wanted to try this out and see if we had enough service out here to even make it function. And we picked the absolute worst time ever to do it. I believe it. Thankfully, we do not have a basement, so we don't have to worry about that. Our cabin sits almost 6 foot off the ground on one corner over here. Little Creek, how are you guys? Seems like it's been a pretty slow day on YouTube.
Carlos. Natalie says Carlos would like to know what it's like milking goats. Well, right now it's difficult because they're not really trained. So
It's no different than milking a dog.
actually, it was different than milking a dog. Yeah, I had to milk a dog once, and for the puppies, and no, that was easy compared to milking goats. I'm getting there. I'm learning.
Not yet, but I would love for her to make her own cheese.
We're hoping to get to that point soon. Cheese and butter and all that kind of stuff.
Kathy, our solar panels will actually pull in between 200 and 300 watts, typically even during the rain. Cloudy days, we'll still get a little bit in, but we're running 8 300-watt panels basically. So, you know, taking in 200 300 watts is not a whole lot, but it's a little bit of something. And with the battery bank that we're set up on, we can make it about 7 days with no sun, functioning normally. If we're a little bit more conservative, we can stretch it out for 10, 14 days if we need to.
Yeah, we haven't went in the dark yet, so.
Hadn't shut off on us. We've had it down to, I think, 58%. And that was after about 10 days of rain. No sun.
Yep. Natalie said he thought I was joking when I told him
Laggy.
to stop.
I guess you're floating over there as well.
Where they at? Oh, gotcha.
No, not unless we have grandkids come live with us.
Yeah, Natalie asked if we would be making any more additions to the cabin. Right now we don't have any plans to be adding anything. We're right at, what, about 1,000 square feet? Give or take?
Roundabout.
And we feel like we've got all the space we need, so...
Our additions are going to be the outdoor kitchen, which we hope to start on this year. And we got to get a barn put up. I've got to get a shop built. There's a lot of projects coming up. There's just so many things that get in the way of getting projects done.
Yeah, like rain.
This one a lazy bum right here.
He hasn't been feeling well this evening.
Thank you, Ian. We appreciate that a lot. We really do.
We really appreciate all of you who take the time to watch our videos. We just have fun doing it, and just, you know...
I have fun picking on her.
And he does.
I'm good at it. I've got almost 23 years experience.
We have a good time together, so, you know, just sharing it with you guys, and just the fact that you guys like to watch it, that just makes our hearts happy. So thank you for that. We really appreciate it.
Somebody got to have some questions.
Yeah, any more questions out there? We don't really have anything to talk about. We just wanted to...
Well, you know, it's me that compliments her, but it adds up.
I don't know how I put up with this. I really don't. I mean, 23 years, I need an award. A medal. A trophy.
I'm your trophy.
Oh, trophy husband. New subscriber, Pally301 says, new subscriber and really enjoying the videos and goats and puppies. Can't wait to see more garden as it comes along.
Yes, we do hunt. This actually used to be my hunting hole where we're living at now. I've hunted here for the last 21, 22 years, something like that. It's been a long time. And since we've moved in down here with the dogs and the goats and all that stuff, it's kind of pushed everybody out. So I'm hoping with time we can kind of drag some deer back in close here and make my hunting easy. There's nothing like being able to hunt from the porch.
Hello, Tammy Rogers. Thanks for joining us. Natalie asks, are there any future farm animals that you guys might want to get? I want bees. That's not an animal, but I want bees for honey.
It's a critter.
It's a critter? Okay. I want meat rabbits that we want to use to supply our meat. But we've never tried rabbit, so we really need to try.
Not domesticated rabbit anyway.
We really need to try it before we get into rabbits, so that's a goal. Actually, I've had a hard time finding them locally, so I don't know where we're going to find one. I'm wanting New Zealand white, I think is what I'm wanting, and so we're going to find one local, try it, I want to skin it, I want to do the whole thing, get it ready, prepare it, eat it, see if I like it, and if I can do it, and then if I can, we want to get into rabbits. I would love to have a pig. I'm not so sure about him.
Been there, done that. We may raise a few in the future. We also have talked about quail. But that's something I told her we kind of need to wait on getting this barn built first, kind of half section for the birdhouse and the rabbits and all that stuff.
Yeah, so the barn's got to come first, and then we'll start talking about animals, because I'm talking maybe Jersey
She wants to
milk
drag
cow.
animals in with no place for them to go.
I want a zoo. I want them all. Just bring them all to me. Let's see. Michelle, I hope I'm saying that right. Did you guys move out there after your kids were out of the house?
Yes.
Yes.
We've actually only been out here since October.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of new to us. You know, we came from a 3,000 square foot house, raising 3 kids, and then after they left, we kind of looked around and what are we doing here?
Yep.
What do we do with all this space? And we built this cabin down here last spring. We started building down here, and every time we'd come, we'd stay, and we didn't want to leave. And finally, we just made the decision that we weren't going to leave. We were going to move down here, and we started in clearing, putting fences, having a place for the goats and all that down here, and it's just one great, big, never-ending project. But we'll get there with time. There's a question about being off grid. You're failing me, Mama.
Sorry, kids were texting me to see how to chat. Hayden and Ashton, they're watching. So, hey guys, we love you. We miss you. We love you too, Natalie. Let's see. Kathy Brennan, are you completely off grid? If so, is there anything you miss about not being on the grid?
Yes, we are completely off grid. We are solar powered. We drilled a well for our water. The water pump and all that's on a complete separate solar system as well. And we do have propane, because the fridge behind me here is propane, the stove's propane, and the on-demand hot water's propane. But other than that, we have no lines coming into us at all.
And as far as missing anything about not being on grid, I don't think I miss anything. If you'd have asked me back in October, November, I would have probably told you differently. But right now, this is our life. This is our lifestyle, and there's nothing really that
We don't miss the rat race whatsoever.
No.
We owned a business, and I worked for corporate America, and we do not miss it.
Do not miss it at all.
Our closest neighbor is probably 2 to 3 miles away the crow flies, and nobody bothers us down here, and we don't bother anybody.
Yep, and just the fact that we get up every day and we do what needs to be done here. What are you laughing about?
What Natalie just said.
Oh. We do what needs to be done here, and we just live our life. That's just it. We don't have to worry about everything else. We just worry about us.
We just worry about the kids.
Yes, we miss our kids. Oh my gosh, we do. All right. Main Girl Genetics says, hello there. I'm excited about the puppy. Oh, okay. Hi. She's reserving one of the female puppies that we have, and yeah. So just keep in touch with us. They are going to be 4 weeks on Tuesday. And so we'll be doing our first worming, and we're fixing to start them on dry food, well, solid food.
In the next couple of days.
Yeah, in the next couple of days, get them started on that. And we're going to start getting them outside of their pen and kind of let them run around. I'm really excited about that.
Get them in with the goats, get them a little experience over there with the critters, and get them around the chickens so they have some knowledge, and that way Mama can help train them.
Yeah, definitely. We're excited about the puppies. They are really starting to come to life, and it's fun. It is so much fun. I just can't pick which one I want. I keep going back and forth between one of the white ones with the badger marks or one of the darker ones. I don't know.
I'm still trying to wait to see some personalities come out in them, because they're just now getting up, starting to run around a lot, and
I just love all their faces. They're just so cute.
They went to whining and crying a while ago when the thunderstorm started coming through, and their mama ran in there and jumped in with them, and they quietened right down.
Natalie says, for that, Dad needs to attempt to pronounce my last name. Can you do that one?
Acevedo Peraz.
There you go.
There you go.
Howdy do, Natalie.
I had to practice that for 2 or 3 weeks before she got married so I could actually remember her last name.
Yes.
Sorry, Carlos.
Her husband is Puerto Rican, and so he has this really long name. And yeah.
And if you haven't figured out, Natalie's our daughter there.
Yeah, Natalie is our daughter. She's in the Navy, and she is in Virginia. So, anyways, we had to start practicing, or Kevin really had to start practicing a couple weeks before they got married. He's like, okay, or once Carlos proposed, actually, he's like, I got to learn what my daughter's last name's going to be. And we tried asking if they would just keep Cotton, but that didn't work out for us. But anyways, let's move on. Lenokla, have you ever ate quail? I
Yes.
haven't. Have you?
Yes.
Okay, I have not, but
Wrapped in bacon, fried,
okay, maybe I
baked
have.
it.
Maybe I have. On a
Yeah,
cruise, maybe?
Yeah, you've had it.
Okay, we've probably had it on a cruise. I love everything, so I'm sure I absolutely love it. Way of the word wow. Hello. Hi. Thank you for joining us. Shell says, that's awesome. You expose the puppies to all your farm animals. Do you expect all will guardians on others' farms? We kind of ask whenever
Hi, Paula. We really hope they're going to a farm.
that's what we hope for, but
A lot of people keep LGDs for pets and paying for somebody to have one just as a pet and not utilize the strengths of the dog.
what their full potential is.
Don't
they
get me
wanna do.
wrong, you know, they'll guard what they have. If it's their family and their house, that's what they'll guard. If it's livestock, their charges, whatever it is, that's what they'll guard. If it's kids, they're just awesome dogs.
Yeah,
They're
they
just
they
awesome
really, really
dogs.
are. But yeah, we will start training them in a couple weeks, probably about 5-6 weeks ish. And if a family is getting them for that purpose, then we will really work more with that puppy.
We have one gentleman who's looking at 2 to 3 of them who is moving from Maine, actually really close to where we are, and he's probably going to be in the 10-week range before he's able to pick them up. So they're going to have that extra time to train with mom and be with the goats and be around the chickens and all that, and they should have a head start on life right there, starting out by themselves.
Yeah. When we got ours, Kevin would walk them around the perimeter every day on a
leash.
on a leash, so that they learned that that's what their job was and that that's what they were meant to do. And when we moved down here, we were kind of concerned because it was a whole new territory.
There's
they were
a pretty heavy coyote load down here, and
they were older
several
dogs,
other things.
and so it was like, how do we train them? But they have done amazing. Bee was actually the one that notified us when we had our first baby goat.
Yep.
So she knew something wasn't right out there, and she needed us to know, and she came and let us know. And they're just.
She has a very distinctive bark when something's up, you know, as opposed to a sketchy leaf bark. There's an actual. There's something going on, Dad. Come help me. Come check this out.
Let's see. Let's try to play catch up here.
Sorry, I'll ramble on about dogs.
Natalie says, what inspired your interior decoration for the cabin? Well, everybody knows that I love to decorate, and so a lot of this stuff just kind of came from our old house. But just, I don't know, I just love to decorate. It
looks like Hobby Lobby threw up in here.
No, don't forget Kirkland's. Let's see. Kathy Brennan says, thanks for sharing your journey with us. You are an inspiration to future homesteaders. Aw, that's too sweet. Keep up the good work. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Sounds funny to hear somebody say that about us. We're just living life. We're just enjoying it. Enjoying being together. Our whole point is we think that God has put us here to enjoy family and to enjoy life, and not to waste it on materialistic things. So here we are. We're enjoying life. We're together. We don't go to work during the day, which I'm not saying anything bad about anybody that does those things.
Everybody's got to make their own choice.
Everybody does their own thing. I'm just saying, for us, we love to be together.
We decided there was more to life than
going to work to pay for things that we don't need.
And
And yeah, and so here we are, and you know, we're loving life. We can't say anything more about it. Let's see. Sorry, skateboard's back there too much. Little Creek Homestead. I want to get an LGD once we have things set up for our place. I would highly recommend it. If you're thinking about it, do it. They're great.
D's coming this summer. He has the loft up here.
Who said that?
Natalie, don't skip though. Sorry.
Okay. Let's see. Hello, Steven. I would try your last name, but I would butcher it. And he says you guys could use some frontline.
Zavich. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
We actually just had a storm come through, and so we had to switch places real quick in order to even go live. So that's our lighting is. Next time we'll be back.
Yeah,
we'll
we
be
had
back.
all the lights on over there, but we didn't have enough service because of the storm.
Yeah, so we'll have better lighting next time. But thank you for that. That's very helpful. Let's see, Michelle said we rescued a Great Pyrenees who was kept in a city apartment. She was the biggest lovey. They're just precious, but they need room to run, and they need room to.
Mine waller on me like there's no tomorrow.
Thank you, Paula. Don't forget the thumbs up. Let's see. Little Creek Homestead. I cannot wait to get my land and start living the dream too.
It's been a long-waited journey for us, and we still got a long ways to go. I think in the next 2 to 3 years, we will really be lined out here where everything just flows. You know, there's certain times of the year for chicken dispatching and all that, and everything should just fall in place, and we'll get a routine going and be able to relax a lot, and that's what we're looking forward to.
Definitely. Yeah, like Natalie said, or like Dad said, Natalie, D can sleep in the loft, so bring him on down. Our grandson is 8 months old, and oh my goodness, he is the most precious thing in the whole entire world. And I know we all say that about our grandchildren, but we're just so blessed. And
thank you for your service, Ian.
we have actually been extremely blessed with our daughter-in-law, our son-in-law, and now our grandson. We've got one more that's got to marry off, and
we're not rushing him.
No pressure.
He's the oldest, and he's looking at them like they're crazy.
Yeah,
so.
He's just enjoying life. He's actually got a girlfriend. They are just adorable together. We really, really, really like her. And
Don't say that, or he'll get rid of her.
and her family, but no pressure. We want him to be him and do what he does. So, but we've been blessed so far with great kiddos and great additions to our family. Let's see. Steven says, I'm looking forward to a knife video too.
If I can get this garden lined out and some other things lined out, I will get my blacksmith shop put back together in here. There will be some knife videos. I'll tinker with a little bit of everything in there, but I've got to get it set back up, and it's just not high enough on my priority list right now. That's probably more of what Mama calls fun time for me.
Hey, Homestead Tessie, thanks for joining us. Yeah, I'm anxious for him to get his stuff going again. That's
But it's garden time.
It's one way we make an income, so definitely ready for that to happen. But it's just one thing after another. It's just all gotta, I mean, we were at the other house for what, 10 plus years ish. 13 years. So everything was set up and was ready to go. And someone made a comment the other day about why you look like you were already homesteading. Well, we kind of were. We just had all the expensive bills.
We were just on the grid.
We were on the grid. We had the animals. But yeah, now we don't have all those bills, and it's less stress, and we don't have to go to work. So, let's see.
Mama's falling behind on comments.
I get to talking, and I just can't stop. Main Girl Genetics. I love the protection they give on the farm from the predators too. Yes, that's amazing. Let's see.
We had a little coyote episode this morning. I got up about 4:30 and was sitting on the front porch out here, and I heard the coyotes yipping back off to the west over here. They probably wasn't 125, 150 yards out through the woods there. And I shoved a couple of little dogs in the house and locked them in, grabbed my 22 mag and a spotlight. Of course, B and Leo had done took off that direction, and they didn't need me. They had them run off in just a couple of minutes, and I never heard another yip out of them.
Yeah, that I just can't. We can't say enough about them. I mean, they're just. And then when they want attention, they let you know. They come and get their lovin's, and then they're good. Leo will almost knock me over sometimes to get me to stop.
He'll walk beside you and then cut you off to where you have to stop and pet him.
Let's see, Little Creek. There is no greater love than that of our grandbabies. Is that not true? And it is even harder when they're so far away.
Yep. So Natalie, he needs to come spend the summer.
But yeah, thank goodness for Facebook and FaceTime, because oh my gosh, we get to FaceTime constantly when she calls me and I get to see him. The other day I got to see him laughing and talking, and we played peekaboo. I mean, oh my goodness, I played peekaboo with my grandson who is in Virginia. It was crazy. Let's see. Natalie says, what's the next recipe that we're going to share? I don't know.
I don't know. What do we need to see?
What do we need to see? What do y'all want to see? If you have not, I know I've posted a lot about the hamburger buns that I make. I got that recipe from
Living Traditions.
Living Traditions, and go check it out. Oh my gosh. We've decided to start making all our bread because bread is just, it's outrageous.
Yeah. And we like bread.
And we love bread. So we started making that. Ashton said a chicken strip recipe.
Chicken strips. Wow. We got another child texting us here also. So
barbecue sauce recipe. Our kids like to eat too.
I made some pretty famous chicken strips throughout the years. That may be something I need to do. That sounds pretty tasty.
Let's see.
We're always pretty heavy on the seasoning around here.
Oh yeah, we like seasoning. We like food. We like to eat. Let's see. Doreen Southwick, hi. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Peace Homestead.
I got dogs bebopping all around me down here. Don't mind me.
They want to know what we're doing. They think we're crazy sitting in the kitchen talking to ourselves.
And this one's just tired. He wouldn't get on the floor.
Hello from Illinois, not Chicago. Well.
I've only been to Illinois once. We went up for our daughter's graduation from basic training there in the Navy.
Yeah.
And I wanted out of Chicago as quick as I could get out of there.
I liked it. It was windy though. It was really windy. Like literally, I thought I was gonna.
I was ready to go back to the woods.
I was gonna blow away. I like to venture out. I'd love to go to New York. He says he didn't leave anything there, so I don't.
I didn't leave anything there. You know, there used to be one of those little deals that went across on Facebook where you show all the states that you had traveled to, and there's not very many that I have not been to. It's a small list.
Or countries.
Or countries. I think my country list that I came up with once was like 12 or 13 different countries. So I'm happy right here in the woods.
Yeah, Ashton said it's only 4 hours from where they're at. Girls trip. I'm flying up there. I'll be there tomorrow. Let's see.
She's got a garden to work on.
Doreen Southwick. I would like to see heritage recipes passed down. Oh, that's a good idea. Definitely. I know all the kids are just waiting to get Kevin's recipes because he has them in a secret book and he won't share them. And so they're just waiting. That's why Natalie keeps asking for the barbecue recipe. They come home at Christmas or whenever they do come home and they stock up on the barbecue sauce. And yeah, so he doesn't share.
I have to give credit to a good friend of mine. He was a smoke master. He used to go to tournaments all the time. And he made his own barbecue sauce. And he passed his recipe off to me. And I made a couple little tweaks to it here and there, but it's pretty much still his genuine recipe. And he's got trophies, and I mean, he's pit master like you wouldn't believe, cooks some food. I even went and met him the other day. His wife is a baker also, and she makes cookies and stuff like that, and cakes and all that. And I have never had a better chocolate chip cookie in my life. And we had to drive nearly an hour to go meet him and get a box of cookies.
That was very sweet of them to do that. So, way of the word wow. Rather be in the woods too. Frugal Drew, can it through?
Can you can it though? Yes, my barbecue sauce is canned if that's what you're referring to.
Yeah, it's
And we make 10 or 12 quarts at a time, I think is what we make. And it'll last us 6 months usually. Depends upon how hard the kids
yeah.
hit the pantry.
How often the children come to visit. And my son loves homemade barbecue sauce.
Oh, it's a
It's
phenomenal
good.
recipe.
You can use it on so many things, and this is just, it's delicious. Piece of Peace Homestead. Do you have a smokehouse or plan to build one?
I've got a smoker. I'd post a link to a video up here, but I think during the Super Bowl time, I posted a video of my smoked mac and cheese recipe.
Yeah, go check that out.
And that's a big favorite around the house anytime we do anything like that. And it's a great big pan of mac and cheese, and it's good stuff. It's phenomenal the next day if you put it in the fridge and let it get cold, and then you can roll it up in balls and roll it in panko or something like that. And if you've never had deep fried mac and cheese, oh man,
It's making you hungry, isn't it?
that's what made me fat.
Me too. Yeah, so barbecue sauce, we all love it, and it's almost that season, so like starting to cook out on the grill and smoke some food.
It's that time of year where you can get the temperature up just right, and you go to walking by that smoker, and the wind hits you, and it's just, oh.
I'm just excited because he'll start cooking, and I won't have to cook inside. He'll be doing all the cooking outside.
But I don't have plans for a smokehouse right now. We do have a large dehydrator that we can fit, 2 to 3 deer in this dehydrator.
Yeah.
And it's, I'm ready for some deer jerky. Is it deer season yet?
I think we're hungry. We just had dinner. This is a problem.
We had biscuits and gravy for dinner. That's a meal, right?
It's time to go to the grocery store. We haven't been in a couple weeks. It's time to go. Let's see. We're about caught up on comments.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting parched here. I need to swallow a tea.
I wish it was deer season. We didn't really get to do much during deer season.
We were hopping and popping here.
We were so busy here working on everything that, and of course, we've always hunted here. So, moving in kind of ruined that. And we just didn't have time to go off anywhere, so.
We could do some dehydrating videos. We've got a special recipe for marinade on the deer. Oh, mercy.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, turkey season is right around the corner. We got a pretty good mess of turkey around here. I guess I killed my first bird probably about 60 foot from where I'm sitting right here. And about 3 years ago, it's kind of hit and miss on the turkey around here. You got a good year, and then the next year it seems like it's horrible. But I guess it's been about 3 years ago. I had at least 7 or 8 longbeards down here dragging the ground at one time. Nothing like the gobble of a turkey.
Natalie says, are you making more jelly? We will.
We're always making jelly.
We'll make some more. We've still got some in the pantry.
We gotta wait for the blackberries. We've got a wild blackberry patch up here that 2 people can't pick out in a week's time. I mean, you can just leave there a 5-gallon bucket after 5-gallon bucket of blackberries.
The kids used to pick them. They're not here anymore, so now we gotta do it.
When they were little, they were some blackberry picking fools. Hayden, he was the biggest. He'd come in with a sack full. Mama, make me a cobbler.
Yep. Miss those days. Why do they have to grow up? Makes me sad. Turkey season right around the corner. New Englander here. Grill all year around. Snow, cold, rain doesn't stop me.
We'll grill some in the wintertime. We'll smoke some in the wintertime. Like I said, Super Bowl weekend, which wasn't really interested in the Super Bowl, but we did fire up the smoker. We smoked some pork tenderloins and the mac and cheese and stuff.
I think we were just ready for, to get back out there.
I think it may have been in the 40s, so we were getting a tease of it warming up.
Yeah. Let's see. Biscuits and gravy is one of my basic food groups. I know, right? Homemade biscuits, homemade gravy, and then fresh.
Farm fresh fried eggs.
Yeah, I mean, what gets better than that?
You leave all that yolk in the plate, and then you throw the gravy and
I don't like
biscuits
that.
in it. Oh,
Let's see.
I don't know why I'm fat. I don't.
Hayden tried to grill when it was snowing one night.
And see, our youngest son lives out in Dover, Delaware. He's Air Force, so he's getting a good experience of some cold out that way.
Ugh,
At least the rain has quietened down outside. You can probably hear us better now.
probably. We don't have to yell anymore.
No, should I hush?
Let's see. Mama Mitzi, I just got my first dehydrator. I would love to see some videos on how to go about it. We'll definitely do that here in just, you know, in when a few months-ish. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see if maybe we can kill us a turkey or something.
Yeah.
We can dehydrate some turkey. Or...
Ooh, turkey jerky. Let's see. That'd be good for you. Go on a diet. I don't know with all your marinade or not that it would be considered a diet. MLR just wanted to say hi. Well, hello. Welcome. Glad you came. Homestead Tessie, thank you. Homestead Tessie, you are too cute. You two are so cute. You are making me hungry. I know, right? He's making me hungry. We've already had
Do we just
dinner.
need to dig through the pantry and see what we can find here?
No, we need to go to the grocery store. Is what we need to do.
That is the grocery store. Grocery store's outside.
I'm looking forward to the day that we don't have to go to the grocery store. We just go to the garden and pick it, or go to the freezer and get it because we grew it. That's what we're trying to get to. So
We're going to try to cycle through probably about 200 chickens this year. And I don't understand a lot of folks. They always buy their meat birds in. And we've got 6 laying hens on our meat bird side. And we'll collect eggs for a few days and run them through and hatch them ourselves and cycle them that way. That way we don't have to do them all at one time. And we can cycle 200 birds, you know, in a few weeks' time there and not be that big of a deal.
yeah.
And 200 birds should get us through the year.
Mhm.
No problem.
Oh yeah. We eat a lot of chicken in our recipes. But I definitely want to branch out if we like the rabbit and get out to that, and quail if we decide to do that, and
We just need to raise deer.
yeah.
If anybody runs across any baby deer or anything you need to get rid of, I'll build some pens.
Yeah, if we could just start racing deer, oh my goodness, that would be amazing. Are you guys still gonna breed Chihuahuas? Yes, we are looking for a long-haired female Chihuahua. We have not been able to find one that is either A, pretty, because I've seen some pretty crazy looking ones, and
For our
B,
dear Mr. Walter, wherever he's at.
be affordable. Oh my goodness, those things are crazy. So yeah, we're looking. If anybody knows anybody,
Come here, Walter.
send them our way. We drove to Texas for Oliver. His name is Oliver.
It's Walter.
His name is Oliver, and he is just the most precious thing ever. We have what, 4 Chihuahuas?
Yeah.
He's our only long hair, and so now I need a long hair female so we can breed them.
They don't get no better than this one, though.
This one is spoiled. Can you tell? That's Daddy's baby. We'll try to get caught up here.
He said, hey, I was sleeping.
Doreen Southwick. I got 2 big coons waiting at the door for their nightly bread crust. Well, I tell you, B and Leo will wait at the door every morning waiting for their eggs. I cook them 12 fresh eggs every morning. Well, almost every morning. Depends on how the chickens are doing. And they will sit there and wait until I come out with that pan.
And then any other time you're cooking, they can smell it, and they're at the door because they're getting scraps.
If I don't know that I have a really good biscuit recipe, I like it. You like the biscuit recipe? We can share that. And
I'm going to get in trouble here. No, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
what? Your mamas are better. His mom is.
That's the only thing. Sorry, Mom, if you're going to watch this. That's the
Make her
only
mad
thing.
and me mad.
There you go.
It's the only thing that you.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah, so I'm still learning. I've never really been a cook. I really never have liked to cook.
I've always been more of the baker, and she's been more of the cooker. If that makes sense.
I didn't like to cook, but you know I had to feed my kids, so. Oh, and him too.
She'd jump up and feed them, but not me.
I bet you too. But yeah, and so I'm learning. That's what I'm doing right now is I'm learning. I'm taking this opportunity now that I don't have to be at work every day, 10 to 12 hours, dealing with the stress of that, and then coming home and dealing with kids and
homemade flour tortillas.
Oh yeah, now those are delicious. That's another recipe I got off YouTube. But yeah, I'm starting to learn all those things. So I can share the recipe with you. We can do that one day. And, you can tweak it a little bit here or there. What you think. Fergal Drew, for the record, sound and video is doing good. Awesome!
It should be a lot better with that rain going.
Yeah, that rain has went through and the storm is gone and everything's wet again, so it'll be...
Oliver's name is Walter because all dogs acquire nicknames. And Oliver turned into Ollie, which turned into Ollie Wally, and then Wally turned to Walter. So that's how you get from Oliver to Walter.
Ian says, rabbits taste awesome. I have hunted them a lot. I even bow hunted rabbits, which is an awesome challenge. I can imagine.
I shot a pigeon with a bow one time.
Did you really? Rude.
Sorry.
Let's see. Two Cedars Micro Farm. You guys are doing great with the live stream stuff. Thank you. Hang in there. Hopefully you guys will get your internet fixed quick and you guys can get on here too. We'd love to see you guys. Little Creek Homestead. How much solar do you guys have going?
I've got 8 295 watt panels on the house itself, and then I've got 8 330 amp hour batteries with the Outback Flex Power 1 Series charge controller and all that mess. And we have had 0 problems with that. We do have a small system that runs our well pump, but everything on the house is 48 volt, and it's phenomenal. I couldn't ask for anything better. We've got a little bit of money invested in it, but knock on wood, I've had 0. I don't know, probably not. I've had 0 problems. It's worked really well for us.
Hey, 1870s Homestead, thanks for joining us. Doreen Southwick says, I live near an Amish community. Any near you?
There's no Amish that I know of here, but we have Mennonites that are close by.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They build a lot of the buildings that they sell at the local
buildings.
Lowe's, and they've got little farmers market stands and stuff like that set up all over town.
Jellies and breads and stuff like that. Yeah. Frugal Drew says, what state are you guys in? We are in Arkansas.
Big state, Arkansas. We even wear shoes sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. I wear shoes all the time.
Just a bunch of old-arky hillbillies.
I have multiple pairs of shoes on the front porch that...
I had a friend that went to a convention up in Northeast somewhere. It may have been in Rhode Island, I think. And as soon as somebody had found out that he was from Arkansas, they actually stepped around his desk there and looked down and said, you do wear shoes. And that's just something you think of when you think of the hillbillies from Arkansas.
Frugal Drew says, I'm looking for land around Yellville.
It's not too far from here.
Say, that sounds
it's really not
that's
too
close.
far from here. It's back out
Is that around Danville? Okay. Yeah, that's not far from us at all. That's one of the closest, or closer.
That's going to be back over by Bobblehead Homestead, if anybody watches him.
Ah, okay.
'Cause he's on the other side of the mountain from us.
Mm-hmm. We haven't met him yet in person, but I'm hoping one of these days we can get out there and
I've
meet
been
him.
trying to give him a rooster, and I don't think he wants it.
I don't think he wants our rooster. He won't respond. He just gives us a heart. We have 2 roosters that we need to get rid of, and I just don't have the heart.
They're a little too old.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make dumplings out of them.
Yeah, so they're just hanging around, chilling. We're just trying to find them a new home.
It's not worth setting up to kill 2 birds, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's not easy rehoming a rooster. Anybody need a rooster?
Natalie?
I saw that thing on Facebook. What was it I told you earlier? Don't forget about the time change and remind your rooster.
Funny thing is I'm usually the one that wakes the chickens up.
Nally, you need a rooster to go with that.
He's over by Blue Mountain. He's over by Blue Mountain Lake.
And he can see Magazine from his house.
And Magazine is what here is between us and him.
Yeah, and he's got a beautiful view of Magazine, and
because we sit down in the river valley here, and we've got the Ouachita National Forest on one side, and the Ozark Mountains on the other side.
Let's see. Doreen says, "Bring the roosters to Iowa."
Excuse me.
I would. If I could.
You got a spot for me to hunt up there? There's some nice deer in Iowa.
Nally says no, she's still adjusting to the ferret.
That ferret could hang out with the rooster.
They just got a ferret, and I'm just not sure about that. He looks cute, but
Raw land. Whoa.
Chaos and Grace. Hi guys, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Little Dirt Patch. Moving to Missouri on 10 acres raw land this summer, starting from scratch. You guys are doing an awesome job. God bless. Thank you so much, and good luck on your journey.
Yes, the raw land is an experience. That's kind of what we had here, and it's been since October to where we're at now. And if we had some good fertile ground, it probably wouldn't be so bad, but we have a lot of rock.
We have, we purchased land with rock. We're going to have a rock garden. I've decided that. We have an area beside the garden that literally is huge rocks. So we've decided we're going to have a rock garden over there.
There's a lot of Volkswagen-sized boulders just protruding out of the ground.
What kind of flowers can you plant in a shady area?
Cedar trees.
In poor soil, because it's nothing but rocks, because I need to make these rocks look pretty. So y'all tell me what I can plant. And then again, I kill everything, so it needs to be something that can survive with me. Let's see. 1870s homestead sounds beautiful. One of my fondest memories as a child was our vacation in Hot Springs. We love Hot Springs. It's there's a really good cupcake bakery up there. It's called Fat Bottom Girls. Oh my goodness, so good. But yeah, we go to Hot Springs often. Hey Ollie. Ian says there is one way to keep a rooster quiet. It's called 12. Oh, no, let's not
Freezer
think that.
camp.
I don't want to think of it that way. Let's see. Chaos and Grace, you should see the corn-fed deer up here.
I found the little long-haired guy. He finally made his way back in here.
There he is. There's our Walter. I mean, Oliver. Chaos and Grace said you should see the corn-fed deer up here.
Oh, I've had a lot of buddies that's made trips up there to hunt, and there's some nice deer up there.
Little Creek Homestead said they had a ferret once. Once was enough. That's what I'm thinking.
This thing here's close enough to being a ferret. So.
I just can't. I don't know. It's like a giant rat or something.
He's like a 3.5-pound monster.
He's so vicious, isn't he? Yeah. He's just ready for us to sit down and enjoy some TV time. Doreen Southwick says, "Dear, look in my cabin window to see what I'm doing." That would make it hard to eat them.
At our previous house, our poodle, if anybody's seen him, Jax, he had a little fawn one year that he played with out in the backyard, and there was 2 or 3 does that stood there. And he'd chase the fawn for a minute, and then the fawn would chase him, and then he'd chase the fawn for a minute, and the fawn would chase him. And it went on for 45 minutes to an hour. And the does just sat there and watched. No big deal.
We actually had it on film, didn't we? Yeah. We recorded it. I don't know what we did with it, but it was
a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, but yeah. Chaos and Grace, they're doing the same. They bought 10 acres, and they're starting next year. Congratulations. I think it's amazing that people, there's so many people that want to do this, and they just think that they never can. And in reality, you can.
You just got to take the leap.
You just gotta say we're gonna do it. I think that was the hardest part for me. The night that Kevin and I sat down and decided that we were going to close the daycare and move down here.
Yeah.
I think I had 10 panic attacks. I cried the whole night. I didn't know what to do with myself. And once I did it, I just felt this just sense of relief off my shoulders. I was just like, okay, we're gonna do this. So, congratulations. I'm so excited for you
We
guys.
have an accent.
We do? Who said that?
1870s.
Sorry,
Little Creek Homestead.
I'm staring at the camera, catching a few,
And-
and she's trying to read and keep up over here. So
Okay, Jackson. Hi, Northwest Arkansas. Jackie Williams. Michelle says, "Well, I have to run again. Awesome job on your live stream. All best. Have a wonderful rest of the evening, weekend. Thank you so much for stopping in. We really appreciate it, Michelle.
we are ready for a day of rest. I promise.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then I don't know if I'll be able to get up Monday because Little Creek Homestead. I am heading to my 10 acres in Missouri next month. Oh, somebody said you are so precious.
Who, me?
Let's see. Jackie Williams, Love Baby, Dirt Patch, Shakers and Grace. Okay, they're 1870s homestead. I love all the accents across our homestead community. I'm giggling. Let's see.
Now I hate to admit this, but I'm actually from California. But I left there when I was less than 2 years old, so I remember absolutely nothing about it. So I'm basically, I'm gonna say, a born and bred Arky, and the accent is just natural. What was really funny to me was when I went to basic training. We're not gonna say how long ago, and the accents, the people from all over the country thrown in one room. It's crazy. The guy that slept beside me was from Rhode Island, and that guy had an accent now.
Woo.
Hi, Julie from Utah. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. And Ian, I know you were kidding. Roosters have their purpose. We just haven't figured out what these two roosters' purposes are. Let's see. Doreen Southwick, we raised an orphan goat in the house, and she used to jump in the passenger seat of the pickup beside my hubby to go do chores. I think so.
I may or may not still have a picture of a goat in our kitchen wearing a Santa hat, eating the Christmas tree.
Yep, that would have been
Noel.
Noelle. We got her at Christmas time. Hallie says she's not very fond of the ferret. He just jumped into her cup of juice. Bye, ferret.
Mountain View, North Arkansas.
Well, thank Jesus you don't have a Cali accent. Yeah, I'm not real sure he'd be sitting next to me.
Yeah, I'm not going to claim anything from that direction. And I'm sorry if you're from California, but I'm just going to leave it at that.
Hey, Christy. Jackie Williams, we work on homestead. It's my husband, dad, land, 2 pond, 2 springs, 2 cells. Chaos and Grace. I'm originally from Florida. Goodness. Oh my goodness, I think I got caught up.
I've got dogs climbing all up my legs.
Doreen says she has a dachshund wiener dog. Aww. We love dogs.
Yeah, we've got one Chihuahua in there in the living room that I can hear snoring from here.
She snores louder than I do. Frugal Drew says I'll post some of the good Arkansas channels when the stream ends. California is a great place to be from. We left there 14 years ago and could never, ever live there again.
That's the words I was
To
looking
be from.
for. It's a great place to be from.
That's hilarious.
I was born in Ventura, just outside of LA.
Yep.
Same hospital that my mother was born in.
Yep. And I was delivered by the same doctor that delivered
She
my
was
father.
delivered by a vet.
No, I was not. It
I
was
seen the bill. It was like $13 at the
It was
vet.
$150, and it was a small clinic. But the point is the same doctor that delivered my dad delivered me. So I think that was really cool. Let's see. Mama Mitzi I was born and raised in California, now live in South Carolina, and feel like we finally came home. We would never go back. I have never been to California, and will probably never go. There's nothing there that I need, or
Nope.
yeah, I'm not interested in California. Now, Florida, been there, love Florida. Definitely need to go to Disney World. He won't take me. He's rude. But hey, I want to go see Cinderella's Castle. He doesn't want to go. But he told me when we have grandkids that I could take them and we could go. So,
We gotta wait till they're all born, though. We gotta be sure that they're all here, so
no,
so nobody gets left
But
out.
then I won't be able to walk. I mean, come on, seriously? You gonna push me in my wheelchair?
Push you in the ditch.
Thanks.
There's a funny story.
Doreen Southwick, are you siding your house? Yes, we are.
Yes, it's on the list. I think we're gonna do a live edge
Him and his list.
pine lap
Fixing to hire somebody.
siding. Well, I've got to get it cut. I've got the trees laying up there to do it. I've got to get the trees cut and then get it on the house. It's on the list. The trees are drying. Let's go with that.
Yeah, that's what he tells me. He's like, "What? Here's your options." I'm like, "Okay, well that one sounds good." He's like, "Okay, well we need to dry them," and I'm like, "Okay, so how long is that gonna be?" Probably a year. Can't we just go to Lowe's? So one of these years, yes, we're gonna have siding. Right now we have the beautiful Lowe's wrap. I mean, you know,
It's working for now.
it's unique. Ashton said, but who ended up with the wheelchair?
I've got to tell the wheelchair story. It was my youngest son
Hayden's
Hayden was
graduation.
graduating from the Air Force, and my mother went with us, and we were in San Antonio.
I think
so.
so.
Anywho, she had surgery or something on her foot, and she had brought this rickety old wheelchair with her to help her get around, and we had a, I don't know, mile and a half journey to get over to the graduation spot, and I'm pushing this chair, and the wheels are about to fall off of it. I mean, it's horrible. And we go over the overpass, and the wheel falls off the wheelchair, and like rolls off down the side of the embankment. So Mom has to walk. So we just parked the wheelchair there in the grass. So it more or less looked like somebody jumped off the overpass and left their wheelchair there. And people were just walking by and looking at this chair, and it was just the absolute funniest thing in the world. Sorry, I'm gonna cry too now.
No more story time for you. Because I can't handle it.
Good time.
Oh, now I miss my kids. Let's see.
Sorry, Mom.
Are you siding your house? We didn't do that one. Christy says, I do too. Oh, okay, they're talking about dogs. I have family from Ventura who are now in Missouri. That was Mark Mortensen. Christy lived in California twice. Jackie Williams says, you guys are great. Thank you. I don't know.
This is our wild Saturday night.
Yeah. Julie Hastand. California was great years and years ago. And I have 2 wiener dogs. They own this place. Tell me about it. I think this one owns this place.
He's a little rotten.
I'll take 3 dark ones and 2 white ones of your puppies. They are so cute. Oh, I know. I just can't decide. I keep asking if we can keep 2, and he keeps telling me no. I think we just need to keep all 8. Natalie wants to go to Disney again.
Have fun.
Natalie's been. I haven't. Carlos actually proposed to her there. In front of the Tree of Life, I think. Too cute. But I've never been. Glenn Okla said, oh, talking to Christy, Doreen, log cabin style. I think you kind of answered that.
Well, I'm gonna do the live edge. That way, once it's cut, you'll see the waviness of each horizontal pass, and it'll be lapped on top of itself. You just have to wait and see. It's hard to explain.
I have to wait and see. I can't. One of these days, I'm just going to start painting the paper that's on it because I'm tired of staring at it. 1870s Homestead says, how much land do you own? We have 4 acres down here.
Yep.
But we are completely surrounded by family land that
It's
all live out of
accessible.
state. So we, yeah, it's accessible. I mean, we pretty much,
Yeah.
I mean, it's right here. We may purchase more in the future if they ever sell. But right now we have 4. So, great story. How big is your to-do?
My to-do list.
Well, I think I heard somebody say, who was it, Flutie Lick the other day, said his to-do list was too big to fit on the table. Yeah, I kind of think that's how Kevin feels. Our to-do list
I keep
is,
it right back here. You know, there's no reason for her to remind me every 6 months to do something.
Exactly. We just pick a task and go with it. We have a marker board in there, and we try to write down on the marker board for the week
What we feel is priority that needs done.
what is our priority for the week, and we try to,
And things change, and I sneak some oddball stuff in here and
Yeah.
there.
that way I don't get up in the morning and go, what are we doing? Yeah, because if I don't know what we're doing, then I have to like get myself in the mood and tell myself, okay, this is what we're doing. I'm so sorry I had to go check on the chicks. They were fussing a bit. Oh, I can't wait to have baby chicks. I put 4 and I brought 4 more in today. So that's 8 right now that I'm fixing to put in the incubator. Next Friday I will actually start my first round of chicks. However many eggs I can gather between yesterday, Friday? Yes, because today's Saturday. So between now and next Friday, we'll start our first round of chicks. So I cannot wait to have baby chicks. But before they hatch, we've got to build a brood box.
It's on the list.
It's on the list. So we've got to design.
I've got one small brooder out there. We can get by with it for now.
Yeah. So, and you got to order that cool little thingy.
Yep.
For heating.
Yeah, I've been trying to research different options that I've got. Being off grid for keeping my chicks warm. The heat lamp bulb at 250, 275 watts ain't gonna happen.
much.
I'm not gonna even attempt that. So I think we're either looking at keeping jars of warm or hot, whichever you want to call it, water for them to snuggle around. And I've actually run across another little small heater that's kind of an indirect heat, and it only burns something like 15 watts. So that may be an option for me.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll figure out something that that works.
But we'll figure something out.
Little Creek Homestead.
We'll
I
keep
had
them in the oven.
2 old English bulldogs who own us. LOL. Kevin's always wanted an English bulldog. But
I don't need any more dogs.
yes, we do. We need more. We have 4 acres. We can fill it up.
We have 7. And fixing to have an 8.
1870s homestead. I have to have a plan. I can see that.
I've got a plan. It's back here. I know what needs to be done. And
I don't. I just.
We run hard 6 days a week on everything we can run on.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just some times where Mother Nature says, take a break.
Yep. She tells me that every day. Mari's vegetable garden, you and I are the same. It is so hard to get motivated sometimes. I know, right? I'm just thankful that he actually lets me sleep in the morning.
I hit the floor running.
Because he is like up and out the door and ready to go. And
Waiting on the sun to come up.
And I am, let me sleep, do not talk to me. When I get up, I will get dressed and come out when I feel like it. and he's actually, he lets me do that, and I appreciate
I may
that.
have been driving the tractor back and forth past the bedroom window this morning about daylight.
He did, but I knew we needed to get up and get that done before the rain came, so. Ian says that his idea of Disney is a trip to Bass Pro Shop. We love going to Bass Pro
We're not
Shop.
far from the big Bass Pro up in Springfield, Missouri. It's probably 3.5, 4 hour drive, something like that for us.
Yeah, and then we have one in Little Rock.
Yeah, but it's
But
a little
it's
bitty like
small.
express store thing.
Express.
We like the big
Bass
Cabela's up at Rogers too.
Yeah, that's nice. Christy,
Even though Bass Pro owns it now.
Christy Dennis says she loves our videos. Thank you. Little Creek Homestead, I got a baby chick before we got our land. That was the right order, right? That's what I say. Chicks before the house. Chicks before the land. I know. Going to Tractor Supply or Atwoods, oh, I have to stare at him and I have to see him, and he's like, no, no. He says no before I even touch anything.
I can see her mouth start to open, and I just say no.
He's no fun. But we order our chicks from Cackle Hatchery.
Yeah.
That's who we've ordered from in the past, and we really like
I'm
them.
still crying from the wheelchair store.
1870s T Tractor Supply Company is having a big sale up here. Buy 4 get 4 free.
I need to go to Tractor Supply tomorrow. They actually sent me my monthly coupon for 10% off, but it was only good for today and tomorrow, so I need to go tomorrow and load up on some feed.
Yeah, we gotta do that. Christy Dennis, have you seen Al's Brood Box at Lumina Acres? Have you seen it?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I have not. Maybe I have.
Yeah, we follow Al.
Have I seen it?
I don't know.
Is it the big thing with the glass in front
That's
of it?
New York City.
Yeah, no, but is it the big house with the glass on the front of it?
Maybe.
I don't
think
know.
he's got a couple.
Doreen Southwick, how far off grid are you?
Not far enough. No utilities. 2 to 3 miles from our closest neighbor. We are solar, and we have a water well out here. We don't haul our water in, and we don't live in tents or anything like that. Some people are extreme,
Yeah, we're
but
not
to
that
each
extreme.
their own.
Yeah, I couldn't. I'm not
If
that
it were up
dedicated.
to me, I'd probably be buried in the wilds of Alaska somewhere if it was up to me. What do you think of that, Mama?
What, living
We
in-
talked about that for a long time,
Oh, yeah.
for years.
I could.
Yeah.
Buy me a good coat and I might be able to do it. Yeah, I wouldn't have went for like the no bathroom kind of thing, or.
I was fine with that.
Mm-mm.
2 bedroom and a path.
No. 1870s Homestead says got hot rice in a jar might keep warm longer than water would.
That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You've been researching different
Yeah, I've been
different
looking at
ways.
some
You were
different
telling me
stuff.
about that. Thank you, Chaos and Grace, for stopping in. We really appreciate it. Hope you have a great weekend. Catherine Rickett, may goodness and mercy follow you all your days of your life. Names for your extra dogs. Doreen Southwick, you get cell phone signal there. We do.
There's actually a cell phone tower about 2 miles from here.
Yeah, and if we go up the hill, we can download our videos like that. And if we sit in our chair, we can download it in like forever. Takes like 15, 20, 30 minutes. But we do have a post out on the porch, and every once in a while we can get 3 bars. We get excited on those nights because we have to take turns who's going to stand outside with the phone. We do all our recording on our phones and our
I'll be
editing, uploading everything on our phones. So, let's see.
I'm tired, buddy.
Mama Mitzi, please share what you use when you decide how to keep your chicks warm. Okay, we will. We'll definitely get some footage on that when we decide. It may be a trial and error kind of thing to see what's going to work and what's not. I think we've decided to do, 5 rounds of birds,
Whatever
bee
we can
birds.
fit in the incubator.
And we're going
Whatever
to,
they'll
yeah,
hatch.
we hold 42 in our incubator, and we're going to try to hatch out 4 to 5 rounds, and then we're going to have like a rotating brooder. Is that kind of what we're going to do? To where
More or less.
they'll be in a smaller area, and then they'll go to a bigger
and then
area
once
and
the
bigger.
incubator hatches out again, they'll move up. Every 3 weeks they'll cycle
Yeah.
through, and then every 3 weeks we'll have a kill day.
We'll see.
And
Yeah, we'll see how that works. This is our first time doing it, so we'll see how it works. And we're probably going to have to make some adjustments, but that's, what we're here. We're learning, so. And of course, we watch everybody else to try to see how they're doing it, what works well for them. I know.
And you got to take a little bit from everybody and make it your own.
I know Jason at Cog Hill Farms. He has done
He's changing his stuff
he's
this year.
yeah, he's done it 4 different ways. And this year he has the tunnel thing with and I think that he really thinks that that one's going to be good for him, for his land, because he has, you know, some issues with his land being U-shaped to where we don't have that issue. So moving
We
it.
just got to clear the trees to have a place to put it.
We just have trees. Yeah. So, anyways, Doreen says they have a Cabela's there.
Sorry. Looky there. It's even better when you and something else.
We've got all these different. Okay, stay away.
Perfect.
The big glass sliding doors. Yes, that's what I was thinking it was.
The wood stove.
Dean Southwick, hubby in electric wheelchair now. Yeah, I might be in an electric wheelchair soon if my knee doesn't get any better.
She's a crybaby. She just don't drink enough water.
Rude. No, I hurt my back a couple weeks ago. Actually, it was in my rib area. And then a couple days ago, like 3 weeks after, like something pops in the front, and I'm like, okay, now I'm dying. I'm gonna die. This is horrible. And then all of a sudden, it like healed up. So I don't know what happened. I guess I popped whatever I popped out. I popped back in place. Now it's my knee. So this getting old stuff is not fun. 1870s said, great show, good laughs, hope you do it regularly. We're gonna try. I've really enjoyed this. It's been pretty funny. We don't get much human contact, so we're looking at ourselves on a camera, but we've got people talking to us. Let's see, Jackie Williams got a greenhouse. Plants ready to go in the ground when the frost is over in May. We're talking about a greenhouse. We'll see. I think it's on the list, too.
Right now, we've got everything cleared off of the dresser in the bedroom where the big windows are in there, and everything's just lined across there, and perfect little greenhouse.
I know our garden's going to be small this year just because, you know, we're on a time crunch, but next year, I really hope, and then next year, we're also talking about doing the farmer's market again, and if we do that, of course, we're going to need a bigger one, a bigger garden, so I think that the greenhouse will probably be on the list for next year. Don't listen to him.
See, I just tell her no automatically.
Christy says she just showed up with 6 chicks one day and her son started working on a coop, managed to get it built before they outgrew the brooder. See?
She had a bad habit at the old house of just bringing things home. If it would fit in her Yukon, she would bring it home.
The only thing I was not able to fit in my Yukon and bring home was a horse. And he won't let me have one. So...
I don't need any glue.
Rude. Yeah, so I brought pigs home in my Yukon. I brought chickens home, rabbits, goats. Brought goats home in my Yukon. That thing was big. I could fit lots of stuff in it, just not a horse. But then we got rid of that. And nothing would fit in my little Jeep that I had. Because if I took the top off of it, I could
Should have bought her a smart car.
I couldn't have even fit a rabbit in there. Julie says this needs to be a weekly, right? Weekly event. You guys are great. You're so relaxed and funny. William Bill Clausen. Oh no, I'm
Would
late.
this be
Sorry.
like Saturday Night Live or?
There you go, Saturday.
I bet somebody's already put claims on that one. Seems like it's familiar.
I could have pulled home a horse with my Yukon. Why didn't I think about that? I could have pulled the horse home.
Well, that'd have been rude.
I could have.
You would have had to drove pretty slow for him to keep up.
Well, that's okay. I could have rode him home. What are you talking about? Gosh, I wasn't thinking. Yes, I loved my Yukon too. It was awesome. It was great for when I had the kids, and
She likes to put things in her car and not remove them.
Well, I remove the animals. Don't say it like
Anytime
that.
I would go to get in her vehicle, I'd be like, oh my Lord, I'm going in the house. Call me back in an hour when you're ready to go. I can't even get in this thing.
Well, with the daycare, I was constantly bringing stuff, books and toys,
stuff
and
everywhere.
trying to bring it back for storage, and just, I mean, it was like, if you're a teacher, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so, I didn't leave animals in the car. You made it sound like I leave animals in the car. I don't think I ever left any of those in the car. But yeah, loved my Yukon. And then I traded it and got a little small car that was really fast, and I liked that. And then I traded it and got my green Jeep. What color was that? Hyper
funky green. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was really cool. I really liked it. But that's what all the kids were gone, and it was just me. And I could keep that thing full of junk too. Let's see. Do you milk your goats? Ian asked. We're in the process.
They are in training.
They are in training. I've got a couple ones that I think are going to be good milkers. We have 11 does, so I don't anticipate me milking all of them. So I'm trying to pick out the ones.
Maybe one or two. The easiest going.
Easiest ones.
The
And
ones
of
that
course,
jump on the milk stand with no issue.
the one that will go to the milk stand, she's not had babies yet. So she was our bottle baby too. So she's a lot more friendly and a lot more.
Docile.
Yeah, she just does whatever.
Not that our others are wild, but they're not bottle babies.
Yeah, she literally would just come up to you like, pick me up. So she's like this thing.
He's napping.
How hard? Jackie Williams says, how hard is it starting a channel? We're thinking about it.
It wasn't bad. We discussed it for a couple of months. Right after we come down here, we started discussing it. And right after the first of the year came, we were talking about it more and more and more. And then I think it was January 3rd or 4th, something like that, was when we did our first video this year.
We're just like, let's do it. Okay.
And we're like, let's do it right now. And we went outside and blabbered on and up it went, and here we are.
Yep. That's pretty much it. So if you're thinking about it, then do it.
Try it out. If you don't like it, you can always delete it.
Yeah. We have met so many amazing people on YouTube. We've not made any great friendships yet, but I know that is building right now. Like it's coming. So we're getting our name out there, and we're talking to other people, and we're meeting new people. And like I said, I'd love to go and see Bobblehead and meet him. There's several in Missouri area that I would love to go meet and see, but it's just Oklahoma. It's such a great community, and we've really enjoyed it.
If anybody doesn't follow Keeping It Dutch or Arms Family Homestead, they actually produced a video each today for a big smoker giveaway that they're doing. I'm gonna slip over there and check that out.
Yeah, and get your chance to win that smoker. But yeah, if you're thinking about it, do it. I mean, what's it gonna hurt? You know?
Easy.
Like
He's ferocious.
he's gonna get him. I have to agree with Little Creek Homestead. That they just go for it and they have fun and expect nothing but some amazing friendships to form. I agree with that 100%. That's exactly what it is. Just have fun with it, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah, we have fun with it, I assure you.
Marine Girl says, haha, I like to keep my chainsaw in my truck and other tools just in case I ever need them.
I'm a chainsaw junkie.
Yeah, so my funny story is one day my husband comes to work to the daycare and he says, honey, I bought you a surprise. And I'm like, oh, you bought me something. That's so sweet. Is it shiny? Yeah, it's shiny. Okay, I'm so excited. I go outside and it's a chainsaw. I said, are you serious?
Isn't that what everybody's wife wants for a surprise gift?
Are you serious? You bought me a chainsaw? Okay, so yes, this chainsaw, it's mine, right? I used it once.
She scares me with
He
it.
took it away from me. It wasn't mine. He bought it for himself and he used me as an excuse. Yeah.
It's the little bitty 180 steel. It's nearly the smallest one they make. And I thought she could use it a little bit, but I worry about her. So
Yeah, he worries about
it's
me.
a great small little chainsaw. And it's really, really light.
Did you hear that? It's a great small chainsaw. And so in other words, he bought himself a chainsaw and made it look like it was mine. I ain't buying
Because we
it.
got the little 180. And then I've got my everyday grab, which is a 271. And if I get into a little bit bigger stuff, I got a 311, and then I've got the big monster 461. I need another chainsaw.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I ain't doing it.
Man can't have too many chainsaws.
Well, I say that about shoes, and you tell me I'm wrong.
I've got a good friend of mine. Oh. I think his grandpa was the one that always told him never mess with a man that buys his chainsaw gas 5 gallons at a time. I've not made it to that point yet, but I'm getting close. Did you go get him, Ro? Come here, buddy.
Mr. B says at least everything she brought home was edible. True. So true.
You already went and got him.
My view from the woods says it is a great family. I'm not sure who you're talking about, but if it's somebody we mentioned, they are. If you want to tell us who you meant, I'll read that. Little Creek Homestead, I want that smoker. Yummy good. I know, right? That food he had on there really made me hungry. He can give it to me. You don't want it. Well, Ring Girl says, I love my 450 Husky.
Never been a Husqvarna fan. I've never, let me rephrase that. I've never ran a Husqvarna. I've always been a steel man, and I just don't know any better on anything else.
Jackie Williams says, my husband gave, I'm guessing, me a weed eater. Still, my husband works on them, and he also got a blower, too. Marine Girl said,
I can't get her to run a weed eater. My boys, when they were at home, that was their job. If they heard the lawnmower start up, they better grab a weed eater and get in the yard.
Poor Hayden. He always had to. And he had allergies, too. It was horrible. He would go out
Don't
there.
make me be the bad guy.
Yes.
I was trying to slowly introduce the allergens to him to help with his allergies.
He would come in with his little nose just running. And
He did that in the house, though.
He did. He has the worst allergies. He gets all that from Kevin, of course. But, oh, I just felt so horrible for him. And he'd take his little pill and he'd feel better. And just broke Mama's heart. But, I mean, he's got to do it. He has to mow his own. No, I don't think he mows his own yard, does he? No. He's military housing, so they take care of that.
He's got a lawn service.
Doreen Southwick says, any hobbies or collections?
Me or you?
We'll be here all night if we talk about Kevin. So, I collected a lot of things before we moved, and had, several hobbies. But before we moved, we pretty much just went through everything and was like, okay, we don't need this materialistic stuff anymore. So I got rid of a lot of stuff. Like I said, I love to decorate, and my whole entire home had different themes in every room.
Hobby Lobby stickers on everything.
No, it was not. You don't know the names of your stores, so just stop.
Okay.
Didn't all come from Hobby Lobby.
Now, if we want to talk about hobbies, blacksmithing, knife making, leather work. I built a phenomenal 67 Camaro that I sold before we moved down here. That one's kind of heartbreaking, but it is
beautiful.
gone. But I did a lot of cars, fab work, body work. Let's put it this way: the only thing I've ever give up in my life was golf. And I used to play with my dad before his back went out, and when it's been, I don't know, 15 years plus since I played golf. But I also could never get my score down below like 90, and I was just aggravated at that point.
Oh.
I know, it's horrible. Collections. I used to collect everything. I collect guns. How about that? That's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
And knives. And anything old and antique. I love the old hand-powered tools, treadle-type tools, anything like that. I can go on forever.
I guess right now, my kitchen's done in the Pioneer Woman stuff, so I collect that, and he tells me I don't need all of it, but I don't think he needs all those chainsaws either. But that and books. We love to read, so we collect books. He's more of a survivalist type.
Prepper type.
Prepper type.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Christian type. Yeah, more Christian, I think, type books. So that's kind of, and we read a lot, especially in the wintertime when we have downtime and it's cold outside and such.
Cold, nasty,
we like to
yucky.
read. Let's see. Little Creek Home says that we're a little blurry. Christy had said that we were getting blurry. Marine Girl says we need to watch.
That may be my battery getting low.
Yeah. Let us know if it gets any worse.
Yes, I do watch Buck and Billy Ray. What a fantastic personality that man has, is all I can say. He seems like one of the kindest, gentlest souls that you could ever meet.
Julie says, might I say that those knives you make are absolutely the most gorgeous thing I have ever seen. How stinking nice is that size of a knife to carry around? It is absolutely perfect. You have a real talent.
Well, I appreciate that. And everything I do, I'm pretty much self-taught. I probably watched a YouTube video or two and became an expert.
YouTube expert. Yeah, he made all the kids have a knife and a sheath, and he made his mom one. He made me a pink one. It's so cute. Probably in the knife holder. A pink kitchen knife, and so it's definitely something that we've all got that we can pass down.
There's her pink butcher knife that I made her. You can see that. I know it's dark in here.
But yeah, he does a really good job. I have to say, pretty much anything he tackles, he does really well.
Sorry.
So we're hoping to get his shop up and going again soon, and hopefully get us an Etsy shop going so that we can start selling knives on there, because we've had a lot of requests for those since we had sent a couple out. Mr. B says, every time my wife runs the weed whacker, I have to fix it. I think she breaks it on purpose.
That was her with the lawnmower. She kept tearing the blades up, so I went and bought those heavy-duty commercial blades. So she stripped the housing out instead of bending the blade.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Yeah, I don't like to do the weed eater. It just scares me. So I stay away from that thing. I like my legs.
We're going to be happy we have a little bit of grass around here.
Yes.
I brought a dozer in and a track hoe in October or so, and we don't have any grass.
Doreen says, do we have any flea markets near us? We do. We have 4 or 5 in Russellville, which is one of the closest towns to us.
35, 40 minutes
We
away.
actually have a booth in one of them in Russellville. It's called A Beautiful Mess, and it's a new one that just came to town, and they have a gorgeous building that they remodeled, and we have a booth that we keep in there, and we'll put some of our stuff that we make in there. And then we like to go up towards the Conway area.
Going up 65 toward Clinton.
And just hitting all those up there. There's a bunch up there.
There's
And then
about every mile or two, there's a flea market going up Highway 65 out of Conway.
And then the other place going towards A to Z.
Alma.
Yeah. There's one that we really like up there. Two Sisters. They have a really good one. We just love flea markets. We love to go and just look at just different stuff. And
maybe it's clear again because I bumped it with the door.
We've actually got a video of us going one day to
flea market. That was in Fort Smith.
That was the day that Kevin was buying all sorts of junk.
I don't buy junk.
All kinds of tools. Sorry. Mama Mitzi, our son is in the military too. He's on rotation with the Army in South Korea. Where is your son serving? Well, our oldest son is in the Army here
at Camp Robinson. Air Force Base. He's an air traffic controller for the Army.
Then our daughter is Navy, and she is in Virginia, and so is our son-in-law. And then our youngest son is in Dover, Delaware, and he's in the Air Force.
He's a mechanic.
He's a mechanic.
I think
So.
he works on C5s.
They all followed their dad into the military, and I'm very proud of them, but it's really hard on a mama to not have her babies around.
You got one right here.
That's your baby. Little Creek Homestead, it's getting worse. She's second on the knife, work of art. Ian says, I gave up after golf. I killed a duck in midair at the driving range. Now that sounds like something I would do. I also collect guns too. In fact, I have a 1916 gauge shotgun.
Oh, 16. Sweet 16. You don't see many of those.
Julie says, gorgeous, can I be your aunt? Little Creek Homestead, you're clear again. Little Dirt Patch says, we'll definitely buy a knife. Let me know when you get going so we won't see.
Just keep an eye on the channel.
Excellent.
Once I make it back in here and get this blacksmith shop set up, I'm sure we'll do some video footage of making a few knives.
Jackie Williams, gotta go help hubby. Thanks for stopping in, Jackie. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we probably rambled on a little longer than we thought.
Yeah,
we would.
when we started, he was like, okay, we need to keep this around 20, 30 minutes.
Well, with our channel being as small as it is, I had a little bit of an internal fear that we were going to do a live video and have
Talking to
two
our
people
daughter.
show up.
He like, hey, Natalie.
I'm like, who wants to listen to us? But look at that, 37 thumbs up. Guys, I appreciate that.
That's amazing. It really is. I mean, that's...
You know, we're a little bitty YouTube channel.
Christy says that we were Navy, so was my brother-in-law. And Terrell Cummings says hello from Alabama. I really hope I'm not messing up these names.
She's probably butchering them all.
Probably. You know, I'm in Arkansas. I can read.
I have to spell for her, though.
My children left. I had to, like, seriously get a dictionary because I don't know how to spell. Yes, I was a teacher. No, I can't spell.
I may have corrected a few signs that she was taking to school that she made for the kids, and I'm like, hey, you might want to change the spelling on that.
I can't read. It's okay.
Oh, the good old days.
Paula says, don't worry, we showed up. Paula, we can always count on you. I mean, it's just so nice to see all these people on here. I get on live feeds and all these people are talking back and forth, and I feel like this little bitty ant, you know, this little bitty nobody on the page commenting, trying to just, you know, meet all these people and learn who they are, and just kind of, you know, get my name in there, and so we can start talking to people. And it's just so cool to actually see all of you guys here and interacting with you, and yeah, we feel very blessed.
I think we're pretty pleased with our first go around on this.
Yeah, definitely.
Do
Once
you
the
ever
storm went
camp
through.
or fish? Any good fish stories? Boy, the fish stories I could tell. I've actually got a friend, which I think maybe one of our first couple of videos I showed. You can see the river from our cabin here. It's the Arkansas River. And I've got a buddy that owns a little peninsula that goes out into the river down here. And we can jump on the wheeler and be down there in 5-6 minutes and fish. And there's a big rock that's stuck out in the river there, and he's got a tree down. Hopefully the Corps, nobody like that's listening. But you can get out on that large rock and set 2 chairs on it and pull catfish all day long.
Thanks, Little Creek Homestead. Thanks for stopping by. We really appreciate it.
So we do have us a little fishing hole pretty close by.
Julie said that she has a niece and nephew in the Navy, Army, and Air
Fishing
Force.
stories.
My niece is the very first woman fighter pilot, and she is currently commander at Nellis Air Force Base. Google Janine Levitt. Just kidding, not that one.
Click on stuff.
I didn't mean to. I will definitely Google that. That's really cool.
Very neat.
Yeah.
Very neat.
We're pretty proud of our kids.
Sorry, baby.
Even though I didn't want them to join the military, I'm very proud of what they're doing. Our daughter has actually been deployed already, so she was on a 7-8 month deployment, I think.
She was on the aircraft carrier.
And she's on the Dwight D. Eisenhower, and her and my son-in-law, or our son-in-law, and
Don't know, what happened there.
at the age of 20, she has been to so many places. It's just amazing. I'm so happy that she's able to experience that. And she experienced it with her husband, too. So that's really cool that they have that to look back on, to have the memories and to share with their kids and such. I think that's really neat. And then, of course, Kevin's time that he served. And I know that Tyler wants so bad to deploy, and
he may this year.
He may.
Maybe.
I'm not looking forward to it at all, but he just, I think his dad has been, his sister went before him. They are 11 months apart, and so there has been competition between those two from day one. For 2 weeks they're the same age, and it absolutely kills them. They hate it. Yeah, he wants to deploy, and I hope he gets to, just for him. I hope he's safe, and
after that, I hope he's done.
Yeah, I hope.
Deploying anyway.
Yeah.
Not with a service career.
Yeah. Oh, I would be fine if he was done with the service career. It's hard being the wife of a serviceman, or the spouse, I should say, of a service person, because we have so many great women serving our country too, and then the husbands are left behind. But being the mom of one is even harder, and letting your kids go, it's just not easy. And so but they are doing great things with their life, and I have to be proud of that. So, well, guys,
Camera's about to die.
This has been fun. I've really enjoyed this. We need to get
97 minutes. Has it been that long? Wow. No wonder.
Time flies when you're having fun.
No wonder the camera's dying. Guys, enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy the rest of this evening. I don't even know what time it is.
I don't either. 7:43 was our last comment. So,
All right. Almost enough time to watch a movie before we go to bed.
Yay!
Everybody have a great night, and have a blessed tomorrow. And we will see you guys on Monday.
Yes, and we'll do another live video coming up next week, and
maybe try to do a Saturday thing. We might call it Saturday Night Live. You never know.
I think that one's taken.
Maybe. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.